most people work 8 hours. Now, there's a bit of travel involved and stuff, but it's a pleasure. If you find something you love doing, you never work again. That's the
Well, I suppose
adage.
if you look at, that's such a good frame to say, wow, 250 days of the year or 220 days of the year, and there's only been 280 days or whatever. Okay, well, if you were to roll that forward for any normal 9-to-5 person, that's probably the right number of days, or maybe even a little bit less. And there's something about taking a working class spit and sawdust mentality into the realm where it doesn't seem like it's supposed to be there, where you actually end up seeing disproportionate returns.
Yeah, I suppose it's that thing of like, it's really about what you're willing to put in as well. Like, if you find something that you love doing, well, why would you want to stop doing that? Just do more of that, and you get better. It is that thing where you go, it's time in the gym. It seems that stress is very good for us in all areas. You know, going to the gym is stressing your body, and working and coming up with new stuff is, you know, you're stressing yourself. You know, so that thing of like trying new stuff at every show. It's only you saw the show the other night. It's only a 5-minute bit where I get out a bit of paper and try some new jokes. Mm-hmm. But that bit means that the next tour is very easy, because 5 minutes at every show, you sort of bank a lot of stuff, or bank a lot of new ideas, and you have a reason to think about the new thing always. You have a reason to be thinking about, okay, what's the new thing? What's the new thing? What's a new idea for a joke? What am I going to try tonight?
Well, that's a big hack, I think. You know, it's the Feynman technique. In order to be able to learn it, you must first be able to teach it type thing. But there's an equivalent when it comes to personal growth as well, I think, which is the best way to ensure that you're going to continue to develop is to have an outlet where it's going to be scrutinized by other people. That's so much of the learning and the reading and the stuff that I do is exclusively because I know that I need to be remotely interesting or prepared for the next guest that comes on.
Well, it is that thing where you go, the joy of stand-up comedy, the feedback loop is, it's immediate. So quick. I mean, people just immediately, and an audience, you know, Lenny Bruce first said it, the audience is a genius. They know immediately that's funny, that's not funny, that's acceptable, that's not acceptable. They make the call on all that stuff. So you're just like presenting stuff and going, is that okay? Is that all right? I mean, you know, it's really easy, because you write, I've written so many more jokes that don't work than you. So many more, like thousands more.
It's that Edison thing about, I haven't failed, I just found 10,000 ways that I wasn't successful.
Yeah, but you eventually get to it, and then you go, well, what's the stand-up comedian kind of superpower? It's an hour. Maybe 90 minutes if you go and see a live show, because there's better stuff as well, but putting together specials, and you go, right, that's kind of the best of me over the last 18 months. That's all the funny stuff I said in the last 18 months, and that's there for you. I think it's more relevant than music. I think music's incredibly important and should be taught more in schools, but I think stand-up should be a course in schools. Think about what it's about verbal dexterity, right? And it's about being able to express yourself, and it's about finding your voice and expressing who you are, and it's a perspective on life where you're seeing the lighter side and trying to find fun in something. There's two stories. One story is about a guy shitting himself on a train, and it's like, I had the worst day ever. And then there's some perspective where you go, that's the funniest story I've ever heard. There's something about the ability of a comedian to kind of shift perspectives. And for me, comedy has a function in society that no one is calling, which is we're pushing the Overton window. We're always at the edge of what is and what isn't acceptable. Like, no, I'm not just talking about like, I happen to tell edgy jokes. That's not what this is. I'm seeing things as they are, but kind of with new eyes. That's sort of what comics do. Even the most kind of mainstream observational comedy, if done well, you're sort of questioning the reality. You're saying, well, this is not normal. This is not how things should be. This is weird. Am I the only one thinking this? Is it just me? That kind of trope of comedy. And it pushes what we think about the world. It pushes what's acceptable.